SEO, SEO. Rank it up. Your website gon' crank it up.
Hello and welcome. This is Erica, and I'm so glad you're here with me today on my SEO podcast, Ranking It Up. And today, what I thought we'd have a conversation about is headlines. What's in a headline? Does a headline matter? How should I integrate my keywords into my headline? What's a catchy headline? And I go back to my childhood when both my parents were news reporters. And so we would, or newspaper publishers, editors, and reporters, all of them, both of them. And we used to diagnose the newspapers at breakfast over the kitchen table in Palo Alto, California, where I was lucky enough to be raised. Um, One of the things my parents would look for was an active verb. And so they'd really want to see an active verb. And this was going to be really important. So a bad headline would be like three ducks in a pond. Like that would be bad. But, you know, three ducks chase dogs in a purple pond. Now that's going to draw my attention, right? So we want to look at an active verb is really important in a headline. We want to have in our mind's eye, we want to have already lasered in on our keywords. So it's really vital that we have keywords already selected for our headlines. And we also don't want to stack it uncomfortably. So if you have time, read your headlines out loud to yourself and see how it sounds to yourself, because we've gotten to be a very sort of discerning society where we click on things and then we leave, and we click on things and we leave. So to capture someone's attention, you first of all want to have the right keywords. So you have SEO, search engine optimization. Then you also want to respect and honor the intelligence of your audience, right? So another couple things about a good headline. It should be long enough to cover, at least 2/3 of the width of a web page, and look at it on a phone and a tablet and a desktop if you can. So in pixels, I'd probably be about 700, something like that. You wouldn't want it to be a really short headline, but you also don't want it to be like 3 lines of big text. That's also like blech. So you want to have it kind of be just the right length and just the right tone. You want to have your avatar, your key audience person in mind, and what irks them. So for me, since I provide SEO, organic traffic is one of the things that almost all my clients wish they had more of, and the one thing that we work on building for them. And this is so that they find you when they're looking for your service or your business, right? So you want to have keywords in your headlines that match, like that match what the client needs, and this will drive organic traffic. Okay. So for a headline for one of my clients, I might have something like 6 ways to build your organic traffic with ease or something, right? So it might be, how do you grow your organic traffic without getting a headache? I know, I'm so silly. Um, Yeah, and then should you have a question in your headline? Yeah, sure. I mean, absolutely. Questions are fine. They've done a few studies that say that questions don't click through quite as quickly as statements. So I wouldn't always have a question, but it's okay to sometimes have a question. And also, um, don't adhere too intently to any one rule. Sometimes break the mold or be disruptive. Be a little different with your headline. Like it doesn't have to be something where um, you don't want to be boring, right? It's so easy to be boring because we fear that by being unusual or different or disruptive, we're going to, not attract the masses. But in essence, we never really attract, unless you're, I don't know who, Nike or something. It's pretty challenging to attract masses to your business. It's much easier to laser focus on like the people that really will care and write headlines for those people. In fact, one good way to write a headline would be to really picture the person you'd like to have click on your product or your link or your paragraph or your story, and write a headline just for that person. Like, get that person, and then almost be like you're texting them, hey, Isabel. Oh, that's my daughter. Hey, Isabel. Um, Harry Styles is coming to LA next week. I'll tell you what, she would open that headline. Yeah, so really picture like one person and write a headline for that person. Have an active verb in your headline. That's a good idea. And that's what we had. That was one of our rules when I was in the newsroom. And then I guess I'm trying to think about like what level of diction or how think about it being totally understandable by a 12 to 14-year-old person. So you want to have it be kind of like 6th to 8th grade level. This is a good level to strike, not 4 or 5-year-old, but not where someone has to go get a dictionary to read your headline. Because I'll tell you what, first of all, they won't get it, and then if they're confused, they just won't click on it. So don't be too intensely intelligent unless you're running like a club for high IQ people, and then you should be sort of ridiculously intelligent with your headline because it'd be appropriate. So there you go. That's your headline 101. I hope you had fun. This is Erica Glessing, and I run SEOforLeadGen.com. You're welcome to pop over to SEO for Lead Gen and follow the trail, and I'll send you a complimentary audit of your site if you like. I can do that, or yeah, you can just get on my email list and you can get emails. I send out emails about choosing your best keywords and renaming your images and what's in a headline. So blog like a boss. Those are some of the emails I send out. So yeah, have a fabulous day. Thank you for listening.
SEO. Crank it up. Your website gon' rank it up. More customers coming into ya. More money in your business flow. Crank it up. Your website gon' rank